Welcome to your Pilates Reformer workout. Today we've got an intermediate full body no props workout for you. If you're new here, my name is Melanie. I'm a certified Pilates instructor. Subscribe, I post new workouts every Tuesday. And if you'd like some super secret, special, exclusive workouts, my membership subscription is here for you. This past week we did a really fun box series. Click the link above if you're interested in learning more. Place on 3 red springs and a blue or 3 heavy and 1 light. Meet me lying down on the machine, headrest up. Let's start off with an abbreviated footwork series. If you've worked out with me before, you probably know I'm obsessed with footwork. We'll start with heels or arches on the outer corners of the foot bar, rotating externally, spine in neutral, big inhale, exhale, press through the feet, extend the legs long, big breath in at the top, exhale, bring it in slowly with control. Exhale, breathing as we press out, zipping the abs up and bringing it in, taking it at a nice easy pace. Not trying to win any awards straight out of the gate. Good, really going for that length, that extension through the legs, that engagement of the abs, zipping up toward your sternum. Let's take another 3, 2, and it's probably a broken record by now, but think about really slowing down your return so that the springs aren't shooting you back. Next, when we bring it home, let's come halfway in, tiny pulses up and down. So we're going to be here for a minute, so take a moment to play around with how far out you're going so that you're getting sort of maximum engagement through your glutes, your inner thighs, your outer thighs. Try to find that magic spot for you. We're going to pulse up and down. Let's take 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, make sure you're still breathing. 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, exhale. Extend everything long, zip the abs up. Inhale, bring it back home. Flip to internal rotation. So now we're kind of going knock-kneed. Our knees are pointing towards each other. We're rotating through the hip socket. Your toes are going to point inward as well. Extend the legs long. Your knees will separate, but we still want that wrap internally. So the hips are wrapping inward. Big breath in, exhale. Legs extend, abs zip in and up. Relax as you bring it in. Press out. So hopefully you're feeling this in a little bit of a different spot in your hips in this internal rotation. That's really what we're after. Especially if you have any experience in dance, you may have had a lot of practice with external rotation, or that's maybe more common to have a really solid external rotation, but internal rotation that needs some work. So we're going to work on that a bit today. Good. Let's take 2 more. And if you only have a little tiny bit of range, that's fine. Just work with what you got. Good. Bring it all the way home. Reset your feet if you need to. We're going to go into circles. So we're going to externally rotate on the way out. At the top, switch to internal rotation and bring the knees together as you bring it home. Same thing. We're going to go for about 5 more of these. We're not trying to grip or really muscle this one out. Just greasing up the hip sockets. Feeling some engagement through the hip flexors, of course. Doing work, but we don't need to make something really intense out of this. We're just warming up. Good. Let's take our last one in this direction. Pause at the top and external rotation. Keep that external rotation as you come in. Now the knees come together and they separate as we extend. Switch to external rotation. Bring it all the way in. Wrap through the hips. And we continue. So every time we come in, knees are coming inward once we get there as well. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Good. Bring it all the way home. Keep your feet wide on the foot bar. We're just going to rock the knees side to side, windshield wiper. Letting the low back release, letting your hips release. Your top hip can go with your knee as well. You can lift up a little bit. Good. Let's get ready to move on. Let's get into a little bit of parallel work while we're here. Balls of the feet come to the foot bar, heels lifted, still in your neutral spine so you're not collapsing into the carriage. Big breath in, exhale, Extend the legs long, lower for 3, 2, 1. Lift, 3, 2, 1. Lift the heels, keep the thighs together. Bend the knees, bring it home. Exhale, press out, lower, 3, 2, 1. Lift, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, bring it home. So we're going pretty slowly here. That's intentional. We want to really use our muscles to control every part of this movement. Again, not to be a broken record, but what we don't want to do is push out and use momentum, drop the heels under, lift and pop up into the joint and let the spring carry us home. Did you see how much different that looked? We want to control it out, use our full count of 3 to come down. As soon as we get to our low point, we start to raise the heels slowly with control, and then you control the spring on the way in. That was exaggerated slow motion, but let's take this at a pretty balanced pace so that we're not just using momentum or riding the springs, we're using our muscles. Because that's the point, no? Make sure your feet are nice and balanced. We don't want significantly more pressure through the big toe versus the little toe. We want it pretty even. Let's take 3 more. And lift. Last 2. And lift. And last 1. Now we're going to lower and lift for 10, 9, 8. I'm making popcorn down there, or so it sounds. Good. Again, slow control. We're using our full count. We're not dropping down and then lifting up. Control to lower, control to lift. This is 4. Abs are still on. 3. Final 2. And 1. Lift the heels up, go for a run. Bend one leg, extend the other. Think about pushing through the ball of the foot as opposed to having your emphasis be down. We want to get that emphasis up. And up, 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 up. Your pace may differ slightly, but challenge yourself to see if you can make this one a little bit brisk. Good, let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Hang out in the stretch on one side. One leg is straight, the other bends. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, hook the opposite foot under the foot bar and just pull forward slightly if that feels good. If not, leave the ball of the foot where it is. Good. Switch sides. Other leg straight. Go for your toe hook. I couldn't think of a better way to phrase that. Or whichever variation feels good. Good. Both balls of the feet to the foot bar now. Extend the legs, bend the knees, bring it home. Calves come to the foot bar next. We'll give ourselves a little bit of a calf massage. You can do both legs at once, or sometimes I find it helpful to do one leg at a time, particularly if you've got some sticky spots on one leg but not on the other. But we would just really want to roll our calves along the foot bar. See if you've got any gnarly bits that need a little bit of a massage. You can go for that now. So again, any bumps you may find, any crunchy bits, just watch out for any varicose veins you may have. You might want to avoid those. And if you need to pause the video or come back to this later and repeat that, that's fine. Let's roll up to sitting, place on one red and one blue spring, and we'll move on. Next, we'll go for knee stretches facing forward and then reverse. So hands come onto the foot bar. We'll curl toes under, place the soles of the feet up against the shoulder blocks. We're going to begin by bringing our shoulders right over the wrists. We'll begin in down stretch. Lean the hips forward. So ribs are down, but hips are forward. We're going to press out, keeping that control of the core. Exhale, bring it in. Head lifts and comes on an upward diagonal. We're going to close the carriage more carefully than that. So we're really trying to keep that shape as we go down. You will feel your abs kick on and bring it up. What I see happen a lot in class is people try to stick the butt out here and then bring it back up. That's taking the work out of this movement. So we're keeping collarbone wide, hips forward, ribs down, pressing out. Think about your head coming on an upward diagonal. Hips are staying forward, ribs stay down. Let's go for 4. Exhale, press away. Zip the abs up. 3. And again, we want to keep pushing into the foot bar, not pulling. Last 2. And 1. Nice. Now we press the hips back. Bring the bottom close to your heels. We're not curving through the spine for this one. We're going to keep a nice long spine. Knees come forward and press back. Knees forward and back. So the knees can come closer in and right under your hips. That's fine. It's going to give us a little bit more low abdominals. Good. Let's go for 6, 5, 4. Think about sticking your tailbone out toward the back wall so we're not rounding through the lumbar spine. And 1. Good. Bring it all the way in. Next, knee stretches, knees off. So same concept. This time, instead of knees down on the reformer, we're going to take a big breath in. Exhale, zip the abs up. We're going to press out and in. So the knees come in under the hips just as they were. Ribs are staying down, but now the knees are hovering up above the mat. Let's go for 5, 4, 3. Make sure you're not rounding through the spine. 2, and 1. Good. Bend the knees. Close the stopper. Long stretch. If you have a sticky pad, place it down on the headrest. If not, please proceed with caution. Toes curl under, up against the headrests. Hands on the foot bar. Shoulder distance apart. Legs long behind you. We're going to press the carriage out. Think about your head coming in an upward diagonal. Shoulders right over wrists. So we want to think about a nice diagonal line in the spine. Not sticking the butt out or letting it sink down too much. Really want to keep the core connection. Abs zipped in and up. Exhale, press away. Or inhale, whatever feels best. Let's go for 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Bend the knees, close the stopper. Take a quick child's pose. You can open your knees wide. Reach your arms over the foot bar. Let your chest fall into the well. You can rock your head side to side or rock your shoulders a little bit. Rolling up to sitting, let's move on. Next step, switch to 1 blue spring or 1 light spring. If you'd like a little bit more challenge, you could go for a red or a heavy spring. Knees will come right up against the shoulder blocks. Walk your hands out further than shoulder distance. We're going to try to pull our shoulders right over our wrists, but we want to keep our spine really still and use our abdominals and our back to pull us there. So press up out of the palms, make sure your thumbs are not dangling into the well, they're on the outside with the rest of your fingers. Big breath in, exhale, pull forward, keep your knees under your hips. Big breath in, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reset. If you need more resistance, walk your hands out further. If you need less, walk them closer to your body. Big breath in, exhale, pull forward, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Deep breath in. Exhale, turn your abs on, pull forward, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. 2 more. Big breath in. Push the rails away. Exhale, pull forward, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Neck nice and long. Last one. Release. Relax for 1 second. Big breath in. Exhale, engage the abs. Pull forward, we hold. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take a child's pose or sit on your heels, shake out your wrists, whatever you got to do. Next, let's walk our hands back out on the rails, right? Pretty much close to where they were before. This time, we're going to do what we said we weren't going to do last round. So we're going to pull forward, hold. Now, knees pulse in and back. So you'll see I'm not rounding through the spine right now. I've got a long neutral spine. And now I'm using my lower abdominals to power the carriage forward and back. So it may be tempting to really grip this with your quads. But I want to challenge you. See if you can primarily use your abs for this. Let's go for 8. Make sure you're still breathing, still pressing up through the hands. 5 more. 4, and again, the knees can come under the hips, or further forward than the hips. Last 2. And 1. Good. Close the stopper. Take your child's pose. Big breath in, hands reach forward on the frame. Exhale, release. Sink the torso a little bit lower. 1 more, breathing in every direction. Lungs expand. Forward, back, side to side. Exhale, release. Come back up to kneeling. We're going to bring both hands to the left rail now, going for obliques. So we want our hands a little further out than shoulder distance, but not so far out that we're going to really stress out the shoulder joints here. So what we're doing is knees are up against the shoulder blocks, both hands on the left frame, thumbs with the rest of your fingers, pressing through the palms. We're going to pulse forward and back. Pulse forward and back, feeling the obliques along the left side. We've got 5 more. This is 4. 3, using your breath. Last 2. And 1. Very good. Other side. Try to keep your hands about the same distance away from your body on the other side. Pushing up through the palms, big breath in. Exhale, pull forward, keeping both arms straight. Now we want to feel obliques on the right side. Good, we've got 5. This is 4. Last 3. Keeping your neck long, not dropping your head. 2. And 1. Great job. Close the stopper. Hands to each rail. Hips to heels. Left hand on top of right hand. Press back on your left hip. Get a nice oppositional stretch. Other side, left hand to left frame, right hand on top. Press the right hip back on a diagonal. Good. 1 hand to each rail, roll up to sitting, and let's move on. All right, next up, let's start on a red spring. I'm gonna place the headrest down. Lie down on your right side. Let's place the strap onto the left foot. You can rest your head down on your bicep or on your hand, whatever feels best. Knees in front of hips. We're gonna send the top hip away, so we will lengthen through the top of the waist. Press the leg directly to side, bend the knee, bring it home. So I like to have the rope in between the thighs. That helps, I think, for me in terms of keeping this organized. We want to try to keep the leg at hip height the whole time. As we bring the knee, we're going to stop it just about knee over knee, still in that hover. And really work to keep the leg in parallel. So often we tend to drift into external rotation. You want to keep the toe and knee facing directly forward. 3. Last 2. And 1. Press side. We're going to take tiny pulses up and down, knee and toes facing forward. This is 6. 5. Pelvis is still. 4. 3. 2. 1. Pause at hip height. Find internal rotation, heel pointing upward, wrapping inward with the hip. Pulses up and down, leading a little bit more with the heel, finding glutes a little bit more. Leg is directly side. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to parallel. Leg comes directly forward, so often we try to bring it somewhat side, but we want to get that leg right in line with the hip. Parallel. Knee facing sideways. Let's lift and lower for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to hip height. Internally rotate. Get your knee facing upward by wrapping through the hip. Pulses up and down. Let's go for 8, 7. Leading toward the ceiling with your heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Bend the knee. Bring it home. Let's take the strap off of the foot. Keep that in your right hand. We're going to come up to sitting. Place 1 blue spring on, or if you'd like less resistance, you could go for 1 yellow or 1 extra light. Find your resting position with your head once more. Legs in tabletop. Reach your arm up to the ceiling. So we want that hand right over the shoulder. Palm flips to face the wall to the side of you. We're going to take a big breath in. Exhale. Press the hand down. Inhale, control the spring as you bring it all the way back up. Big breath in. Exhale, press down, ab zip in and up. Inhale, bring it up. So we want to think about lengthening through the waist on the top side, which will probably give you a little lift through your bottommost rib. Good. 2 more. And last one. If the strap is hurting your hand and you have access to a handle, you could use that for this one as well. Press the hand down to the side, flip the palm back. We're going to bring the arm forward, press it right to your side. Think about the shoulder blade tucking in and down to the opposite side. Almost like you're trying to tuck the shoulder blade into its back pocket on the other side. Good. We've got 3 more. Inhale, press back with control. Resist the urge to use momentum or too much power. If you're powering through this, you're just kind of losing tension on the strap halfway through, or on the rope halfway through. Good. Press back. Keeping this position, we're going to bend the elbow, tricep extensions, press back. So elbow stays anchored into the waist. We're going to bend, hand comes forward, press, hand goes to the side. Bend the elbow, hand comes forward, press, hand goes to the side. 3 more. Exhale, abs zip as the hand presses back. 2. And keep control of the spring as the hand moves forward so you don't lose half of the exercise. And back. Flip the palm to face down. Now we're going to bend the elbow, tricep extensions. Hand comes up, palm is facing side. Exhale, press the palm down to your hip. So we're still keeping the elbow anchored into the waist. Now we're pressing side instead of pressing back. Still keeping the top of your waist lengthened. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Very good. Let's bring your arm forward, release the strap from your hand, close the carriage. We're going to press up to sitting, carefully and slowly. Let's move on to the other side. Let's flip back onto one red spring for foot in, strap, side lying. We're going to turn to face the opposite side, lay down on the left side of your torso, rest your head wherever it feels comfortable. We're going to bring that strap onto the arch of the right foot. Stack your legs on tabletop. Lift the top leg, lengthen through the top of your waist, press the leg out to the side, parallel, knee and toe facing forward, bend the knee, bring it home with control. Press out to the side, try to bring your heel right in line with your hip, not too far forward, not too far back. Exhale, press out, bend the knee, bring it home slowly with control. So we're really focused on keeping that leg right in parallel and controlling the return of the carriage so we're not just riding the spring on the way back. Last one. Press out. Now, really focusing on keeping the knee facing forward and the toe facing directly forward. We're going to pulse up and down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, keeping that length through your top waist. Last 3, 2, 1. Pause at hip height. Internally rotate the leg. So you're wrapping inward through the hip. Your heel faces slightly up, toe slightly down. Let's pulse up and down. This is 8, 7. Try not to collapse your waist or rock your pelvis as this goes. Keep that internal wrap. This is 3, 2, 1. Down, bring the leg to parallel. Draw the leg directly forward so that it's right in front of your hip. Leg is in parallel, knee facing to the side. Let's pulse up and down. This is 8, 7, 6, 5. Really getting outer thighs here. Last 3, 2, 1. Back down to hip height. Internally rotate so that your hip is wrapped in. Heel facing the ceiling, going for a little more glutes. Now we pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, bring it home, close the stopper, take that strap off of the foot. Come on up, let's switch to one blue spring. We'll move on to hands, hand and strap. Legs back to tabletop, arm extends up to the ceiling, right above your shoulder. We're going to exhale, press it down, palm comes right to your side. Inhale, bring it back up with control. Big breath in, shh. Exhale, press down. Inhale, bring it up with control. So again, not too much power so that you're losing tension on the rope, but exhale, pressing down in slow motion. Inhale, bring it back up. If you feel like this is too easy, you could always add more resistance through the springs. Last one. Good. Next time we press down to the side, flip the palm to face back behind you. Your arm is going to come forward, right in line with your shoulder. Exhale. Press through the strap. Bring the arm right to your side. Inhale, arm goes forward. Exhale, hand presses right back. Let's go for 4. And press. This is 3. And press. Final 2. And 1. Good. Press it back. Keep your arm right on the side. Hinge at the elbow. Hand comes forward. Exhale, extend. Hand goes back. Hinge at the elbow, hand forward. Tricep extensions. We've got 4. Keeping the elbow tight to your body. Keep that length through the top of your waist. Last 2. And 1. Press back. Now flip your palm to face down. Tricep extensions to the side. Elbow stays anchored into your waist. Lift the hand. Hinge at the elbow. Reaching the fingertips up to the ceiling this time. Last 3. Final 2. And last one. Oh, fight for it. You got it. All right. Rotate onto your back feet. Come up to the outer corners of the foot bar. Arms reach out to the sides in a T. Let's windshield wiper the knees side to side. Good. Releasing slowly. Let's send them to the right. Feel a nice stretch through the left side of the chest and shoulders. Just look over to the left. Other side, knees go left. Look to the right. Maybe feel a little stretch through the shoulder, through the chest on the right side. Good. Grab your knees in toward your chest. Rock them side to side. Release your shoulders. Let them fall away from your ears. Let your knees go wide. Grab onto your shins or your ankles. Toes pointed inward, knees wide. Just take a big breath in. Exhale, release. Try to feel all the muscles in your inner thighs. Relax. As you exhale, feel the pelvic floor release and relax. Let's take one more big breath in. Exhale. Rolling up to sitting, and you are all done. Thank you so much for joining me. Great work. Hopefully you're feeling nice and strong. Please like this video if you liked it and subscribe. I post new workouts every Tuesday. I'd love to see you there. Of course, my membership program is always here for you. Exclusive workouts live there. A lot of fun stuff. Thank you so much to my membership supporters. You guys are the best. You're making this all happen. I will see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye.